Hey y'all, Laura, Peaks for Pounds. Welcome to Blue Blaze to Health. It's been a few weeks since my last video came out, and I'm sure y'all been wondering where the heck I've been. Well, it's been pretty darn hot down here in South Georgia, so the heat's kept me from doing too much outdoor activities like hiking, but there's a little more to it than that. I have been dealing with a good dose of the blues. Bad mental headspace here. And rather than ignore it and keep moving on, I figured I'd talk about it with you. Because I don't think I'm the only one that struggles with that. And it started out as maybe post-trail blues, what they call PostTrail Depression. I think has developed into something a little bit more, and I want to chat about it. When I came off the AT in April, it was for physical reasons, physical limitations, health issues that pertain to the physical nature of who I am. But there's more at play than that. The mind is probably the biggest thing not to ignore. And unfortunately, I've been doing that, not just throughout my short time on the Appalachian Trail, but throughout my entire life. And the one thing that that short time on the AT has taught me is that you can't ignore problems that pertain to your health. And so I'm looking it dead in the eye, and I'm finally taking some action. Post-trail depression is a thing. I've been doing some reading on it, and it happens probably to more people than you think. You know, predominantly you hear about it happening to thru-hikers who've just come off of a long trail, a long hike, and where they go home after experiencing something epic and doing something really profound to the normal humdrum of everyday life, and the blues set in. You can call it depression, call it grief. It's that longing for more, missing what you just experienced. And there's physical things that attribute to that, like the lack of all those endorphins from that physical exertion that you've just done for 6 to 7 months, to just, missing the adventure. Well, it happens to more than just thru hikers, and, I've been experiencing it because of getting off the trail. And I think for those of us who are not successful in completing something such as a thru hike, we have to get off the trail due to injury or illness or whatever other reasons there might be, that this major plan didn't work out. I think, speaking for myself anyway, there's a lot of feelings attached to that. First and foremost, there's the feeling of disappointment that you weren't able to accomplish this major goal. There's the feeling of guilt for thinking, for whatever reason, that you've let folks down, whether it's family, friends, folks such as y'all on YouTube. We go through that. I know I'm not the only one. To feeling inadequate, feeling like we'll never be able to do something such as that again, never have that opportunity. There's a myriad of reasons why depression and the blues set in when you come off trail. And I've been putting it out of my mind that, hey, my reasons for getting off trail, of course, were physical limitations, but I was ignoring the mental side of that. And in the last 3 weeks, it's really come to the forefront. I've been feeling really, really bad, and bad enough to seek out help for it. Finally, to talk to a doctor, to schedule therapist sessions, to find out really what's working in my head. And if y'all go way back to the beginning, when I first started my hike on the AT back in February, day one, I dedicated it to my father, the memory of my dad, who passed away when he was 54, and he suffered from major depression. And, I know that I have that. I have those genes. I know I experienced that. I have all my life. But I've put it aside for the sake of careers, relationships, everyday life. I'm just like, I can beat this. No, this, I can overcome this kind of thing. Well, the AT said, you need to take a look at it. You need to really not just focus on your physical, but this is a problem. It's probably a bigger problem than you think. So that's where I've been in my head. And I want to be truthful with y'all because I know that there's probably more folks out there that are maybe even watching this video that suffer from depression, anxiety, those kind of things that steal your happiness and joy. And well, actually they steal our whole lives, don't they? I've lost days over it where the blues were so bad that I just didn't want to get out of bed. And so I'm finally ready to look it right there in the eyes and address the problem. Blue blaze to health. 101 miles on the Appalachian Trail may have just saved my life in more ways than one. Reading about this post-trail depression and ways of coping with it. One of the biggest ways to cope with it, besides acknowledging that it's there, is to set more goals, to set your eyes on something else. And for thru hikers, a lot of folks that finish one long trail, such as the Appalachian Trail, what seems to be the natural course of events is they set their eyes on another one, like the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail. Well, I'm not there. I'm nowhere near there. So I'm setting my eyes on getting back on the Appalachian Trail this fall. And not saying I'm going to complete the whole thing. Of course I won't. I'll be setting back in the trail. But to go back to the trail in September, after I've done more physical training and gotten my head right and figured out where I'm at, to get back on that trail and do some more. Because in spite of it being so hard, I was in a happy place. My mind was right. It was challenging, but I was faced with different mental challenges than I am not being on trail. So I'm working towards that, and I'm going to be visiting a therapist and figuring out how to cope with these things. Because, when you have depression, you have anxiety, there's nothing wrong with you per se. You're not bad. There's nothing. You just have maybe a disorder of some sort that needs therapy, that needs help. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to seek professional help. Hey, since I've been off trail, I've had everything checked physically. Everything. I've gone through the gamut to find out exactly where my body's at. But up until right now, I've done nothing about where my head's at. And that's even more vital. So I'm here telling y'all, I'm acknowledging to y'all, this is where I'm at. And come hell or high water, I'm going to press on and press through. But I'm going to do it the right way. I'm not going to ignore problems anymore. So that's it. I'm going to keep training physically. I'm going to keep working out. I'm going to keep hiking. The hiking's been limited with all this heat, y'all. Our heat index down here has been like 118, 120 degrees every day. It's been insane. But I'm going to keep pushing forward, doing my gym work, doing whatever I can for hiking. And I'm going to set my sights on probably mid-September, getting back on the Appalachian Trail and finishing some of the sections, tying together some of the pieces, and just putting down some more miles. So I invite you to stick with me, because I am going somewhere. I'm amazed at the places that I'm going that have nothing to do with the Appalachian Trail. I'm going towards health, wellness, mental stability, all these things that I know are going to bring me a better life. And I'm going to be able to accomplish so many more of the things that I have on my bucket list. So I invite you to come along. And for any of you out there that are struggling with similar circumstances. If you're a hiker and you're getting off trail, if you finished your through hike, congratulations. If you've had to get off of your hike and stop for any various reasons, health or whatever it might be, and if y'all are feeling blue and down, just know that we're all in this boat together. You're in good company. And for those of you who aren't hikers that experience depression and anxiety, know that you're in good company. There's a lot of us out there. Don't overlook it. Don't put it to the side. Don't ignore it. Get help. Seek help. I'm going to continue to post on this. I'm going to continue to make videos about this because I feel it's so important. It's such a vital part of Blue Blaze to Health. It's a vital part of, who we are, is having the right headspace. Life's about being happy and finding joy. So let's bushwhack our way to joy. Let's figure this thing out together. So thank you, friends, for your support. Thank you for following this crazy journey of mine. And if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button because we're going somewhere here. So stick with me. Let's figure out where this journey leads. Happy trails, y'all.